All right, I noticed my neighbor had his garage door open and he was working on something, so I went to just chit-chat with him. Then I noticed he had a multimeter out. I go, "Oh, George, what are you doing? Let me do that." And so I told him I would fix this electronics thing. So he has a chandelier. So this thing, I think this thing hangs down, and oh, he didn't give me the LEDs. Let's see here. Oh, here they are. No. So this thing is LEDs. You see that? So there's some LEDs here, and this thing hangs down. So the LEDs must go onto that, and then this hangs down somehow. Maybe it goes up. I don't know. Anyway, there's LEDs in it. That's all I care. And it's got a solar cell, so it's solar powered, and it charges these NiCads, nickel metal hydrides, actually, nickel metal hydrides. And it's got a little circuit board here. And I tried troubleshooting it in his garage, and I said, "George, let me just take it home." Take it home. And so here it is. So let's see if we can't troubleshoot it. It doesn't work for whatever reason. So let's test it bit by bit. Let's pull out the batteries first. That's always a good thing. Let's check those. And it is a solar cell of some kind. So let's see if it's giving us any numbers or not. All right, got out a meter. So let's see what we can measure here. The battery's over there. Supposedly this is a solar cell, so let's see if we get any voltage out of it. It's in the dark right now, so let's see if I can hold the probes on it and turn it up at the same time. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So we're getting volts out of it. At least 3.8 volts. Okay. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's giving us some voltage. And we have some, let's see here, we have some, make sure this is all on camera here. We have some batteries, let's check them out. Oops. So we have 1.3, we have 1.3, we have 1.3, okay, so we have good batteries. These are, they're marked 1.2 volts batteries, and so they're fully charged, so that's good. All right, we have some LEDs. Here we have some LEDs, and they connect to a wire. And the wire comes over to, where's the wire go? Let's see, wire. Ah, so it comes to this connector here. So LEDs to a connector, that's interesting. All right. So, do these LEDs work? And I don't see any load resistor on this board, so the load resistor must be someplace else. So let's see if we can't hotwire them. So we will get a load resistor here. Let's get a 1K resistor. 1K resistor, and let's start out with, let's say, 5 volts. Yeah, let me get a power connector here. Take our leads here, and we will try to light up the LEDs individually here. And look at that. All the LEDs light up. All right, so did you see that? I think you saw that. Yeah, so the LEDs work. Let's see if they work here at the connector. Let's see if we have a broken wire or not. I'm going to assume it's center positive, but you never know. See, I need a wire to stick in there. Put this antenna. That doesn't quite fit. I need a little wire. Always have wires floating around on the bench, right? Here's a wire. Let's stuff that in there. And well, that's not working. All right, let's try it the other way. Set positive on the outside. See if that works. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it's yeah, it's ground on the center pin, and the LEDs work. All right, through the connectors. All right, so that's all okay. This part we can claim is perfectly good, and we can reassemble that. So I'm assuming this kind of goes together like this. Okay, so we can just kind of set that over there. All right. So now we need to figure out why this thing doesn't output any voltage and what the load resistor is. All right. We have a switch, auto and off. That's interesting. Maybe the switch is broken. That's always a possibility. Let's try the switch. We'll do a continuity check on that. All right. And I don't see anything. I'll move it over. And all right, switch is good. All right, so the switch is good, everything is good. The batteries are good, but it doesn't do anything. So let's put the batteries back in. And let's back up a ways here. Getting any voltage now. Oh, there we go. 3.88 volts. Okay, that's good. All right. So let's plug the LEDs in and see if it lights up. Where's the connector? I've lost the connector. There we go. And the LEDs do not light up. So 3 point whatever volts does not seem to be enough. So let's measure the forward voltages of the resistor. I mean of the LEDs. All right, where's my box? See what the burden voltage for the LEDs is, right? So we'll go back to our 1K resistor. And we will measure the LEDs. See, it's center negative. Where's that piece of wire? Oh, I just saw it. There it is. All right. Let's see if we can't measure this. LEDs light up, not very bright. Okay, but let's measure the voltage. Let's measure the voltage. 2.6 volts. So if it operates off of 2.6, why doesn't it want to operate? Okay, so this is maybe the polarity is wrong. Maybe somebody wired put the wires on the wrong way around. All right, so this is, okay. Let's go over here to our connector, see if it's center negative as well. figure out how this one works. So the outside is that one. The outside is that one. So there's that one. Oops. Ah. Yeah, I think it's wired up wrong. Somebody swapped the wires somewhere. Somebody swapped the wires. And I bet you it's right here, because that looks a bit dodgy. Negative. Positive. No, that looks right. Maybe it was over here. Ah. LED minus and LED plus. I think the wires are wrong. Well, that's interesting. Wonder when that happened. I wonder when that happened. It's easiest to fix it here, but it seems like this thing worked at one time, I imagined, and now it doesn't. Let's see if I'm not going crazy here. That seems really strange. That seems really strange. So let's go ahead and plug this on and measure the voltage here at the LEDs. This is supposed to be plus and this is supposed to be minus. And it's negative. Well, there's your problem. There's your problem. All right, so let's turn this off. And this looks wrong to me here. I'm going to rewire this one. All right. The board here is marked plus and minus, and there's a black wire going to the plus and a red wire going to the minus, and I just don't make no sense to me. So I am going to flop them around. Flip-flop. Okay. All right. And look at that. Works. Turned it on, it works. Yay. All right. So, yeah. I think it's A-okay. Just somebody had a wire backwards. I don't know if this ever worked or it's brand new. Maybe China built it wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So this has to go, this little board has to go back in. I don't have the screws for it, but I think it just goes in here like this. Yeah, there we go. That goes there. Dress the wires. This goes on top. That goes like that. Now this looks right. And now we have LEDs. And we turn the, I guess the charging circuit works because all the batteries were charged up just fine. So the solar cell must work fine. Now when I flip it to auto, it should turn on. And it, oh no, it doesn't. How come? I just fixed it. I just touched something and it didn't work. I just touched something and it didn't work. What was that? That's not good. That's not good. Ah, it's on auto. That's what it is. So when there's light in the room, it says you don't need a light. And then when you cover up the solar cell, lights turn on. So it's actually functioning correctly. Excellent. All right. I will give it back and give it my blessing. All right.